Hi everybody, I'm John and welcome to Just Think About It. Well, today we're going to work on the compost pile and get that ready for the winter. And let's show you, we have a little guest over here. Yeah, some bumblebees going crazy. Anyway, so we're going to get rid of some vines that I had pulled out of my neighbor's yard. And they've been sitting in the compost pile, so I pulled them out. I'm getting ready to burn them. You can see down here in this aisle of how intrusive these vines are. They got all over, and I've gotten them out of, well, they were everywhere, but I got them out of this area, pulled them out of that bush right there, pretty much got them out of that tree and that tree, but they're still around, and I'm sure next summer I'm gonna have another problem. But so the first thing we're gonna do is burn those, and we'll go from there. I'll show you how I'm gonna treat the compost pile. Stay tuned. Okay everybody, we're doing some work on the compost pile, and I had pulled a bunch of vines out of the neighbor's yard over here, and I put them in my compost. And you can see this pile here, so I'm trying to burn them because I don't want that in my garden next year. I've got the compost, I'm going through it and trying to put some air in it and fluff it up so it'll compost better. This dirt looks pretty dang good. And you can see the vines over there. Those are the type of vines they were. They're just growing everywhere. You can see them on this guy's plants. See them over here. They were just everywhere. I tore them all out of this area here, out of that bush over there, and they were trying to invade my party. So anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. I'll show you a little bit more about the compost renovation here in a bit. Okay, now that I've got the compost pile all taken care of, it's time to introduce you to a new toy. This is the Harbor Freight Portland Chipper Spreader. I got this last week, and I'm going to put a bunch of the weeds and, well, those are the potato plants that I pulled. And I also have some leaves and sticks and things like that here, and I'm going to try to compost that up. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of it. The assembly of this product was very, very simple. Basically, that rod back in the back here was the only thing that wasn't part of it. All you had to do is put that and put a little pin in to keep the wheels on, and just put it in these slots. I think there were screws that were supposed to go in, but I didn't get the screws, so hey, whatever. So I am going to try to show you how I do this and give you somewhat of a demonstration. And then I'll go on turbo and get her all done and show you what's next. Hang on. Okay, so first thing you do to get this working, go Buckeye, go, go, go. Okay, so as you saw, you can do branches, I think up to about 3/8. That's a good size for it. It just basically shreds it and makes it into some pretty nice mulch. And that'll be great into the compost pile. Last year I put 6 5-gallon buckets in there from my neighbor's tree, and so I'm going to go ahead and go on turbo and try to knock this stuff out and save you guys some of the pain and agony of watching me work, and we'll go from there. Hold on. One little recap after the shredding and chipping. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't pull it through the machine. But I mean, this thing, I got it on sale. It was $114, and I think it was a really good investment. I mean, we got a lot of good chips out of it and shredded up vegetation, which is great for the compost pile. And as you can see, as I'll be doing it, you can see me pulling stuff out that hasn't composted from last year. So that's why we do it. Overall, I give this pretty much an 8 out of 10 based on price, on what I expected it to do, and yeah, pretty happy with it overall. On to the next thing. Okay, so that's what we got out of it. I've got this, and then a couple more buckets. So that's what I've mulched so far, and now this is a compost pile. First thing I'm going to try to do is fluff it up a little bit. Then I'm going to add the chips and fluff it some more. I'll add the chips, fluff it, add more chips, fluff it. And then Kimmy and I have been saving eggshells this summer. So we're going to smash those up and throw those in as we turn up the compost. And after that, it should be pretty much done. Let's get started. All right, so we just need to flip this stuff up. The stuff deep in here is a couple years old. It's some really good compost. What that is. Huh. It's a hickory nut. See, this is eggshells from last year. We're going to smash them up better than that so they can decompose. I don't know what the deal is. It's a good source of calcium for the garden, so I don't want to waste it. Okay, let's get some compost in there. Let's get some shredded love. All right, let's pause a little bit and get those eggs ready. Okay, I smashed these up pretty good. Oops. Except for those. I didn't know they were still in there. I'll try to get this smashed a little bit. Get it all mixed in. Put a little air in this thing. Oh, there's some roots from last year. Yeah, I gotta do a better job of caring about what goes into my compost pile. That way, when I come back, I gotta fill these raised beds again. I've got some really good dirt to put in there. These are not, I took the weeds out and this, it's more work than an old man should be doing, I can tell you that. Whew. So that's how I take care of my compost bin. The only thing I'm going to add after this is the ashes of all that stuff that I burnt. And that'll add some more nutrients into the soil. And by next spring, this stuff is going to be like gold, people. Gardening gold. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Next video will be final harvest and breaking down the garden. Take care, everybody. See you next Saturday.